I used to overpack for every trip. I had in my suitcase outfits I never wore, versions of myself that I thought I might become. And somewhere along the way, I realized that I wasn't packing for the woman I am. I was packing for a woman I wasn't quite comfortable being yet. But here's the interesting part. Travel gives us permission to try her on anyway. And packing for a trip, I want to say, is sort of like planning this next chapter of our lives. We're going to do it differently, not more, just more intentionally. And this is what I'm starting to notice now. I don't need more options. I need pieces and I need of clothing. I need experiences and activities that feel like me the moment I try them on. Now, if you're new here, I'm Sharri, and this is really what we talk about how life after 50 becomes less about adding more and more about refining what actually fits. Now, this is a video about packing for a trip to England, but I also want you to think about it as a video on how you go about your life, whether you're traveling or not. So let me show you what actually made the cut.
Okay, this is my go-to dress. It truly is. It's something that just works with everything. Right now I have on, let me show you, Vivaya shoes, which are great in the evening, but you could turn around and wear them during the day with tennis shoes. This dress works perfect for that. This dress is Bowden and I love it. It's a little bit big, but I love it because it's comfortable. It's cool, but yet warm if you need that. It's got a zipper up the side, which is unusual, which kind of gives me the illusion or provides the illusion of a waist, which I don't have. Now, what would you wear it with? The one thing that I will say when I travel, I carry very inexpensive purses and jewelry. You don't want to be a target. So, this works great if you're shopping and this is something you're wearing during the day. On my trip, I'll be going to some antique shows. How perfect, right? Just a little straw bag, which is great. You could also add a little scarf if you so wished to bring in a little color, maybe in the evening. So this is my go-to dress. Next on the list is a dress from Eileen Fisher. I just recently purchased it. It actually was on sale, so you might be able to get your hands on this. I put a scarf on. As you all know, I collect Hermes scarves, and you could wear it, frontwards. You could wear it over your shoulders. You could wear it like I often wear them with kind of a jewel type collar, almost like a necklace. You could also, this is something you could go out antiquing during the day or do touring or whatever it is. My Vivaya shoes, I'll show you one. Vivaya shoes, again, they go well enough for travel. And you might say, oh my gosh, Sharri, everything you've put in that suitcase is practically the same color. And there's a reason for that. And that is that it's easier to not mix black, brown, and blue when you're traveling. I find I travel best with navy blue. And that's why you're seeing all of the blues, like my shoes, what's in the bag, the scarves, all of that. It just easily flows together. When I mix black and blue, now I have an issue with purses and that sort of thing. But you tell me what you think. Okay, here is one I'm debating about, and you've seen this dress before, but the Brits love their patterns, as you well know. And anyone who's ever been into the Liberty shop, And from a decorating perspective, I have never seen a lampshade practically in England that doesn't have a fabric color to it or a beautiful pattern on top of it. So, as you all know, I wore this or showed you this dress in the fall with a dark brown leather belt. And this is exactly the why we can buy, number one, buy pieces that last through multiple seasons, but also why we have to try things on when we're at home before we go traveling. Because this belt, I think, looks great. Let me see if I can get it on so that you can see it. So I think this belt really looks good with the colors, but I also have this one, and you could see that that just doesn't go as well. Now it might go with a purse, but it just doesn't go with the dress as well. So that makes sense. This was Bowden. I think it was Bowden. And this is actually, believe it or not, Amazon. And Amazon can have some great, this is a stretchy fabric, which is great, but you can move this around. So if you're long waisted, you can pull it up a little bit. If you're short waisted, you can pull it down a little bit, and it just provides a little definition. And in terms of shoes, now, if you're like me and you don't throw much away, or you purchase, how do I want to say it? If a shoe fits, you purchase it in multiple colors and you stash it back in the closet. This is a very old Cole Haan shoe. It's been around forever. I think they're called Air, or they were called Air. This is a great little shoe because it's easy to pack, it's light, it's cream colored, so it goes with anything. So that is the shoe actually I would wear with this dress. Okay, last on my list is something I would never ever have put together. It is, and let's see if I can get far enough away so that you can see it with the shoes. It is a skirt. It is a Bowden skirt. I got my shoes on. This would be like super casual. Think of a straw bag with it. If you had a large dinner the night before and you needed a little stretchability, that works. Or, and honestly, I haven't worn skirts in forever because I always think I look like an old lady in a skirt. So I'm going to show you what this looks like if I tuck it in. It's a linen skirt. It's very, very lightweight. I'm going to pull way back here. Very, very lightweight, and has a pleat, or excuse me, a slit in the front. It's something that is easy, super easy to pack. It's got pockets. You can pull the sleeves up a little bit, but it's just kind of a fun, I'll show you the area around the waist is a stretchy with a string. Now, you could pull a belt on top of this if you wanted to. I probably wouldn't. I don't like to necessarily draw attention to my waist, but this is comfortable and it's a skirt. So I don't look completely casual. Now I could wear it with tennis shoes too, which I think is very fun, and a t-shirt if you are so inclined. So there's another idea. The next dress is a new Bowden. And as you all know, I love denim dresses. The only negative is they can be a little bit heavy in your suitcase, not heavy to wear. They're perfect in terms of to wear. This particular dress, I just love it. It's got its own belt, but you could certainly, and I'll show you, you could certainly, and I'll put it right on top, just, customize it a little bit with your own belt if you so wish, which is very, very fun. This dress also goes from day to out for dinner very easily. It's not a dressy dress. It has pockets, which is wonderful. But you could, jazz it up a little bit. Shoes, you could wear something a little dressier or casual, or even tennis shoes. You really could. Now, the question is coats, right? It's Great Britain, and so consequently it rains. Okay, we all know that. I have to show you what I think is one of the cutest coats out there. It's made by Anthropologie, and because I am not a thin woman, as you can see, I like single-breasted. I do not like double-breasted coats. This is Anthropologie, and what is spectacular about this is the back. I don't know if you could see it, but it's got buttons in the back. And I think that is just the cutest. It creates something that looks a little bit more special. Okay, so now I am showing you a pair of jeans. Hardly ever do I wear jeans when I travel, but these are an incredibly comfortable pair. They have elastic waistline in the back, and then the front, they actually come up. They're Eileen Fisher. I think they're great to pack, especially if you're going on a trip where you're going to be doing a lot of casual things or just heavy, traveling, so to speak. What can I wear with this? I could dress it up with a scarf. I could wear my Vivias, which suddenly kind of elevate the jeans and the top, or I could wear my tennis shoes, whatever it is that I might feel like. The one thing that I do want to say and mention, because I think this relates to life and how we plan out what are we going to do, and then what are the consequences of that? What's my life going to be like when I step into that? And that is plan on using your hotel laundry service. It has saved me tremendously because, as we've talked about, lugging suitcases becomes much harder as we get older, especially if we're traveling solo. And hotel laundry is fantastic. That is also why I do not pack anything that's really precious or difficult, fancy materials, fabric materials, because the hotel typically has to turn it around pretty fast. Side note, tell them no fabric softener. I've learned my lesson. There is a very strong scent with fabric softeners, and you may not like what they choose. The other thing that I will mention, this top is just so fun. It's warm, yet it's cool. It's dressy, yet it's casual. But at this stage of our life, sometimes we just want something that makes us feel special, something that adds a little elegance to our day. And look at that. Look at on the sleeves. The top is J. McLaughlin, which all the information is below. But this tiny bit is something that makes me feel good, makes me feel special, makes me feel as though the outfit is a little more elevated than it would be if this was just a top. And I think that's what our next chapter is all about. This chapter of our life is, how can I bring just a little something, and it has nothing to do with money, a little something into my life that makes my life feel a little more elegant, makes my life feel a little more pretty, makes me feel pretty. We have to think about those things rather than just charging forward and doing what we need to do. So the buttons do it for me. This is, as I said, this is a J. McLaughlin top. And just so you know, there's several of the colors that are on sale. So if this is something you would like, check it out. I love to buy things on sale. Who doesn't, right? Who wants to pay full price? So anyways, next I will show you what didn't go in the suitcase. Okay, let's start with what didn't make the cut. Okay, this dress I actually love it. I'll show you it up close. It is a Bowden. It's a great dress, super comfortable, wonderful to pack, but the problem is the color. The colors, I don't have any shoes for it. It doesn't really go with anything else that I'm packing, and so I'm leaving that aside. Another dress I'm leaving behind is a very old Bowden dress. You could see close up. It's even got the old label. It tells you I never throw anything out. It is a boat neck, and this, ladies, is why we want to try on before we throw it in the suitcase, even though we've worn it multitude of times. It's a boat neck, and so consequently my bra straps show. And so that goes. Another dress is like my dream dress. Everyone has some of these, right? It's a Cezanne, which is a Paris brand, French brand. And I love it because I love animal prints. And this is cotton, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's great. Okay, I have not been able to get into the dress for probably a year and a half. Finally, I can get into the dress, but it is still not very attractive. And if I feel like my tummy's showing, or I'm uncomfortable, a little bit uncomfortable, off it goes. Toss that baby aside. And then I just wanted to mention, because I had so many people tell me never ever wear vertical stripes. Well, I have one dress. It's a tucker neck dress, and the brand tucker neck, as you all know, carries lots of different brands. It's Pomander Place. This is a cotton long dress that works perfect with tennis shoes. And I know that we're not supposed to, when we're kind of as a certain size, we're not ever supposed to wear stripes that go horizontal. But I'm bringing it. I love it. I feel good in it. I feel happy in it. And that's all that matters. So that is a keep.
So now you see what I'm taking with me to England. A few dresses, one pair of jeans, brightly colored top, and some very, very practical shoes. But what's most important is a much clearer sense of what actually works for me now. And I think that's really the shift that we all experience, or that we strive for after age 50. Not more, not new, just better. It's kind of like the packing is the analogy for life, right? If you're feeling this pull, this same sense of desire to simplify, to refine, to come back to yourself, who you were before all the roles that you've played throughout your lifetime, I want you to come over and join me on Substack. The free letters are a great place to start. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, come inside the salon. And, that's where we share. That's where we talk about the issues that we're experiencing at this point in our life. And I'm not kidding when I say I have gotten all kinds of ideas from the members within the salon. And even on YouTube, here, the comment section, feel free to share and to read other people's comments. So anyways, I would truly love to have you join me over on Substack. Everyone take care. I hope you've enjoyed this video. A bientôt.